Good evening, everyone. We are here with yet another virtual session on our platform On Your Growth. And today we are very happy to introduce our speaker, Ms. Kajal Pachora. She has completed her high school from Kendriya Vidyalaya, Samba, and her graduation from Jammu and Kashmir University. She had an interest in yoga and nutrition and pursued certification courses from the IGNO and trained yoga protocol instructor from Morarji Desai Institute of Yoga, Delhi. She has passed both the courses with distinctions. She also has a teaching experience of 8+ years in the domain of education, and she is the founder of startup decoupage business Inside Impressions. She has recently concluded her 21 days of yoga camp, which gave more emphasis on health and leading for many people in the surrounding in the environment. Thank you so much, ma'am. With this small introduction, we would like to have you on our platform. Thank you, ma'am.
Namaskar. Firstly, thank you so much for inviting me as a guest speaker. I totally, congratulate this team for a wonderful and excellent work of expanding the concept of health and making people aware and conscious of the same. So heartiest congratulations to the team first. Now, our today's topic is concerning yoga and children, that is yoga and children. So here I'll start with my presentation. Just give me a minute. All right. So yoga for children. Now the first question arises, what is yoga? What is actually yoga? So let me put some light on it. Yoga is an essential segment of Indian philosophy. It is derived from the Sanskrit word yuj, which means combine. That is union of self and universe. If we study yoga according to text, according to Patanjali Yoga Sutra, yoga means complete control of mental modifications. That is your mental fluctuations which goes on in the mind. It is the method by which we can control them. It makes a person, a child, calm and totally relaxed. If we take according to Bhagavad Gita, yoga is a state of equality in which a person remains unaffected by different situations. Like the person is totally balanced with his thoughts in his mind, whether it is success, it is failure. Further moving, for some, yoga is totally meditation. For some, yoga is an art and science of healthy living. Yoga definitely helps to maintain and improve our health from subtle to gross body, that is from inwards to outwards. So in short, we can say that yoga helps to gain peace, health, happiness, which are certainly the the syndicators for the balanced and harmonious life. Now, our next question, why yoga for children? Now we have understood what exactly yoga means. Now our next question arises that why yoga for children? See, in today's world, stress, pressure, these two terms are not only for adults, but children too are victim of it. In last 2 years, we have definitely witnessed the pandemic time, where the child who used to be out in the open environment was suddenly brought to a room and in front of a confined screen. And the child was asked to prove himself. The stress, the pressures, the expectations of the parents never came down, but the child in front of the screen with such a small world, he was asked to come first. He was asked to participate in all these challenges, right? From a child who's in nursery or class 1 to up to the board level. Now talking about the board level, the boards not known. When will they happen? Of course, the youngsters, the teenagers, there was so much of fluctuations going on in their mind. There was so much of anxiety, so much of what next? When will they go for their competitive exams? So in short, there was a total, this uncertainty in the life of the child. They started developing lifestyle diseases. You'll be surprised that after a lot of the researches, it was shown that in last 2 years, number of children has got various lifestyle diseases like sleeping disorders, diabetes, thyroid. These are very common now among the youngsters. Earlier we used to think that okay, after 30, after 40, but no, after 15, between 12 to 17 to 18 years of age, the child is undergoing all these diseases. Now, yoga plays a major and a special role to help children learn the techniques for self-help, totally calming themselves, and they can they can just navigate their life challenges well. Apart from the mental, yoga for children, whereas physical, it is a boon for them, because from last 2 years sitting in a chair, suddenly their posture, they were not even aware of their spinal problems, keep sitting. So there was in short, their postures got really in a very bad shape. It is through yoga, that it is through various asanas that you can become very much aware of your postures. So if we take that more mentally and physically, yoga helps a lot the children. Now, our next question is misconceptions about yoga. Before moving to the benefits, I would certainly like to clear the few misconceptions, which is among the parents and among the children. Children not of the basically the age group from 12 to 15 to 16, those who come in the teenager the category. Now, the first misconception is that yoga is too slow. It is too boring. Definitely, when the child goes to the gym, the young boys, they see all that happening music which is going around, the various dumbbells, and also they find that this world is so good. Rather than just sitting on your mat with your eyes closed in your Gyan Mudra, they find it too boring and too slow. So this is the big misconception. Then, to some, the misconception is that yoga is a physical practice only. No. Yoga is very different from physical exercise. Reason being, in physical exercise, we don't get conscious about our breathing pattern, that is inhalation and exhalation. But in yoga, we definitely are conscious. Yoga is actually the complete game of breathing pattern, Shwaskar. So we are very conscious about our inhalation and exhalation. Moreover, the deeper you inhale and exhale, it calms you. And after doing 1 hour of yoga, you feel much more energetic. I'm not against gym or I'm not against any other physical exercise, but I'm just telling you the difference and the misconceptions. To some, it is that yoga is for old people, only like women will do yoga. To some, it is that when you're entering the world, the yogic world, you should have a particular body type. No, it is not that. It has got nothing to do with your flexibility or your being healthy, too much healthy. No, it has got nothing to do with that. It has got to do with your strength. Flexibility is a beautiful side effect with over a period of time when you practice, you will get into it. Then the misconception comes that it is very time consuming, because since it is slow, so they just connect that when the thing is slow, so it is time consuming. Then to some, it is that if we enter this yogic world, if we start practicing yoga, our lifestyle things will completely change. No, it is a totally misconception. You don't have to be a sannyasi or go onto the Himalayas to practice yoga. Gone are those days. It's nothing to do with that. So it is not, after we are humans, it is not that you have to leave some food and totally sattvic food and then only you can practice yoga. No, it has nothing got to do with that also. Yoga, what it brings completely, completely positivity. It is you, yourself. So you don't have to change your lifestyle diseases. Yes, of course, it helps to just, like, discipline you. It helps you to get even more organized in your life. So these were the few misconceptions which generally parents, which generally elders, which generally these youngsters, they have about yoga. Now, moving further, now we'll talk about the benefits of yoga for children. And let me tell you, they're ample of it. They're ample. But I have taken a few. Firstly, it helps to manage their anxiety level. As I discussed it, that why yoga for children in that segment. Anxiety, because over the years we see that the child get very anxious because this, you can say this, like, generation is such. They want to know things quickly. They are more anxious, not about themselves, but about others, the new technology which has come up. And as a result, they fall into various bad activities or among the bad groups. So with yoga, with your proper breathing techniques, with your yogic breathing, it helps the child to get less anxious. It calms down the child totally. It certainly improves the children's emotional regulation. It helps children to be in the present moment while totally being in a peaceful state of mind. Since when your nerves and your mind is totally relaxed, definitely there is a lot of, like, balances in your mind. There is just no, the fluctuations that what we had discussed earlier. It boosts children's self-esteem. Yes, definitely. Because when a child, no doubt, of any age, maybe from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, any age, when a child is into a posture, when he is into an asana, the final posture, so suddenly attaining to that posture, becomes very happy. He thinks that as if he have mastered something, and that's sure he has mastered to be in a final posture, to be in that final asana. So it totally gives a child a sense of personal empowerment. Right? So though maybe for some seconds, but definitely it boosts up the child's confidence and the morale. Definitely, yoga enhances concentration and memory. See, in particular, there is no such asana we can say that which boost up your concentration and memory. Coming up with doing yoga itself it helps to improve the concentration, because staying in that posture, unless you are concentrated and dedicated, you cannot come to the final posture. But various asanas, which I'll be discussing further in my further slides. Yes, of course, there are asanas like Asana, where you focus a point and you have to be in that posture for a maybe 5, 10, 15, 20, according to one's capacity, the seconds. So it boosts up your memory and it boosts up your concentration totally. It totally this develops child strength and flexibility, as discussed, and it just reduces the risk of injury in future, because at the earlier age, when a child gets into this field, he gets very flexible. So in the later stage, the chances of injury of a certain body part is less, and even if he gets an injury, the impact is very less. Then of course, yoga teaches us discipline, because you are much more organized in your life. There is no mental fluctuations. There are no mental disturbances. You can take a right decision between good, bad. So moreover, when a child has to get up in the morning to perform yoga, definitely he has a good control over his life. He gets very organized. It develops confidence, as we discussed, because when the child comes in a posture, holds that posture, so definitely your ability of holding increases your level of confidence. It's a very fun way to relax. Let me tell you, for a very younger lot, when 5, 6, 7 years, and it's a very fun way to relax because the child exactly he doesn't know what is going on. The the smaller lot, the younger lot, they're just seeing the others in some of the posture, holding it, laughing, giggling. So it's a very fun way to calm the child. Actually, many of the working parents, nothing against anybody, but many of the working parents, what they do because they just put on the TV for the child. Okay, watch this and keep quiet. They give the phone to the child, play this game, keep quiet. So the child's entertainment activities got shifted. But this field, it's a very fun way to just relax and calm the child. It also helps to improve the attention span and endures patience in the child. That's a very good point because when the child is holding a posture for a long time, maybe today 10 seconds, tomorrow 20 seconds, so his patience level to hold that posture increases. So definitely his patience is increasing. Secondly, his attention span, because unless you are concentrated, this attentive, you cannot be in any posture. So definitely the child's attention span also increases. Then it boosts the immunity of the child. This we witnessed in the COVID times where yoga was a big hit, where none of the medicines worked. It was this only yoga worked. Various asanas, which I'll be, just in my next few segments, I'll be, just explaining. When you stretch yourself, when your upper body is being stretched, definitely your blood circulation increases, your oxygen level flows nicely. As a result, your immunity increases. Now, it teaches the child, it encourages the child healthy eating habits. Now, that's very interesting and it's very valid and a good point. See, according to Bhagavad Gita, we have ahar, that is your good food, healthy food. When a child eats healthy food, it leads to vihar. That is, a child becomes very creative. Now, here the saying goes, eat junk, look junk. Now, I'll just share it with you. Since childhood, my father had been saying this to me, eat junk, look junk, which I never used to understand. I said, how come when you eat something and that has got nothing to do with your looks? But now I can just relate it. Yes, when your eating habits are not good, definitely your, the creativity will not be good. You'll become lazy. You'll not feel like doing, you'll not feel like thinking out of the box. Now your vihar will lead to achar, that is your conduct and your attitudes. Here again, if you are eating junk food, if you're eating all junk, you are thinking junk, your thought process is also junk. That is nothing good and creative. Your conduct will be like that. And your achar leads to good vichar, that is your positive thoughts, good thoughts. So here, I'm not asking the child to completely come onto a sattvic diet. No, that we all cannot do it. After all, we all are humans. Once in a while, definitely we would like to break that, like boredom and eat something out that is good enough. That is okay. That is very natural that you're humans. But it shouldn't be a habit because eating healthy, now I just explained you the various steps. So one should be very mindful and conscious about their eating. Then definitely when your eating habits are good, your sleep will be very good. Also, there are various asanas, which I'll be discussing in my next few slides, which leads to a very better sleep. Increases the energy levels and take out the laziness out of the child. Energy levels, how? Because after one practice of yoga, we don't get tired. We get very this energetic. We feel good about ourselves. Whereas other few exercises, I'm mentioning, I'm not against any exercise, but I'm just taking a difference between the two, that when you do other exercise, physical exercise, you get worn out, you get very tired. But here your energy level increases because of your breathing pattern. Then, of course, as I've been mentioning so much about breathing patterns, so it improves your breathing. It helps in combating your lifestyle diseases. Now, this is the point for the youngsters, the teenagers. Because of their bad sleeping times, because of their unhealthy eating habits, and because of the stress, pressures, anxiety, they develop the various lifestyle problems, which is very much there, your diabetes, your thyroid. It is all lifestyle diseases. Change your lifestyle, nothing beat it. You don't have to have any extra medicines for that. And of course, it's a very low cost. What all is required is you, yourself, your mind, your soul, a mat, and a nice environment. So it's a very low cost, fun way to calm yourself, calm your anxiety, improve your breathing pattern, improve your energy level, to be strength, to be flexible. So these were the few of the benefits, few of it. Otherwise, there are ample of them. These are few of the benefits of yoga. Now, moving further, okay, now here are the guiding principles of yoga. Before I come on to the asanas, I would like to tell the parents, of course, and the children about the few guiding principles, which is before, during, and after. Now, before, what all principles you should take care of? First, yoga should never be performed on uneven surface, risk of injury. Very simple. The surface should be flat and a mat should be used. Light and comfortable cotton clothes should be worn by children, because they have to move their hands, they have to be flexible. If they're wearing tight clothes, they cannot perform the asanas well. Your bladder should be empty, and for example, if you're doing it in the evening, very light stomach. Do it on a very light stomach. Reason, because there's so many postures where you have to put your head down, your head back. So there are chances of the child not feeling too well and too bright. And if the child will not feel well, there is no point of doing this yoga. So this was few principles that the child should follow before. Now, during. See, every practice session should start with a prayer. Now, this prayer creates a very conducive environment. Now, the first step is, of course, when the prayer is there, when Om chanting is there, when the child hears his own mantras and all. So the first step is only gets calmed down. The restlessness gets calmed down. Then breathing should always be done through nostrils unless you are instructed. In yoga, we don't use our mouth for breathing. We use our nostrils. Now, there's a science behind it, because maximum of the impurities is here in your nasal passages. So when you are inhaling, exhaling deeply, whatever you are doing, your mucus, your impurities, everything is out. Now this prepares you for few further asanas, for for meditation, anything. So it is from the nostrils. Do not hold the body tight and do not give jerks to your body. Lose yourself. When you're so calmed and so relaxed, lose yourself completely. Do not hold the breath unless it has been mentioned. There is no kumbhak for children, I guess. For younger lot, not at all. So do not hold your breath. Do not be greedy. Greedy in the sense you should perform according to your capacity. You shouldn't be greedy that, that person, my friend, has reached up to that level. I am not able to touch my feet. It's okay. One day you will be there. So don't get, totally, disappointed. It's fine. Practice is important. Flexibility is a beautiful side effect, which will come to you. Now, after. See, firstly, when you end a session, like when you start a session with a beautiful prayer, when you end a session, again, a Shanti part should be followed. Be it a Gayatri mantra only. Let the child, say Om chanting, or he should, just recite Gayatri mantra only. It will, what it is do? It will bring peace in the body of the mind of the child and the spirit, and he'll have a very feel-good factor once he is, over with all these Shanti parts. Shavasana, which is very necessary after each asana. Even like I am moving my hand, I'm moving my fingers, there is a lot of energy required. Some of the other energy is required. So, and a child for 1 hour or for 30 minutes, if a child is into any asanas and doing so much, is definitely there's so much of, what is that exactly, this fluctuation in your cells only. Just to calm yourself completely, get everything back into shape in your body, Shavasana is very necessary, very necessary. Be it you have time or not, you have to be in Shavasana for some. Then your food and your bath should be taken 30 minutes after your practice. This is a few of the guiding principles. Now, asanas which are recommended for children. These, what I'll just share with you, are quite safe. None of the asanas are dealing with any of your hormonal changes, whereas according to some of the researches, they have given a specific age group that it shouldn't be followed by children of less than 8 years, because definitely various asanas, they hamper with your hormones. But here asanas which I mentioned, fish pose, the cobra pose, camel pose, these are very safe asanas which can be done right from your 5-6 years of age to up to like teenagers, and even up to this adults, like Dandasana, Shavasana, again I mentioned Mandukasana. So all these asanas. Now I'll be just talking about these asanas. I'll be just letting you know the benefits of these asanas. Right. Now the first one is Tadasana. Tadasana. Now I just mentioned in the benefit segment that this asana, Tadasana, is excellent for concentration, because see, your complete body is getting stretched. The complete body. Your spine is getting stretched. You are focusing on one point, and then you are into an asana. You're coming into a final posture. You are not looking anywhere left, right. So definitely your concentration, your attention span, it is increasing. Moreover, when you're stretching your upper body, your blood circulation is increasing. And this asana improves your posture. It's a wonderful asana, wonderful for children. It helps you increase the height of the children. Next is Vrikshasan, that is a tree pose. It is done both with your left and your right leg. All right. So again, this improves your concentration, your attention span. It removes constipation, which generally we witness in the children these days, because of their lack of good sleep, because of their not having healthy food, not having much of fruits and all that. Generally, what is the pattern these days of children having their khana? And one thing I'll just include a little away from the topic. Never allow your children to have food and sit in front of the TV. Not done. When the child is having food, he should be in a proper table chair, concentrating on his food only. There shouldn't be any distraction. Then only, whether he's having one chapati or half a chapati, the benefits of that chapati will come to his body. Sorry, this was slightly away from the topic, but I really want, if whosoever the parents see this, so be very careful with your child whenever he's having his food. No distraction, no cell phone, no TV, no music, nothing. All right, now coming back to Vrikshasan, again, your spine, it becomes strong, your digestion becomes very strong, and it removes your constipation. Mandukasana. All right. Mandukasana is a Ramban for diabetes. See here, because lot of stretch is on your abdomen. Okay, so it's a ramban for your diabetes, especially the youngsters. The problem which is in the younger lot. If they practice this asana every day, problem is totally solved. I can assure you that. Apart from this, it relieves stress, sleeping disorders. Again, your digestive system becomes strong, very strong, because all the pressure you can see it comes on this part. Then also when you are into this asana, when the final posture, your thighs, your calves, your ankles, everything becomes strong. Gomukh Asana. In Gomukh Asana, your ankle, knee, hip joint, they all become strong because you are sitting in this posture. You are actually into the Vrkshasan. So your this part becomes very strong. Spine, because you're stretching yourself straight, so your spine is also becoming strong. When you're stretching yourself, your spine is strong, your digestive system is strong. Opening of the shoulder joints, because you are stretching your arms at the back, as you can see with both your left and right hand. Moment you stretch your arms, your blood circulation increases. And I mentioned your ankle, your knee, strong, and it improves your concentration. So definitely, when you are into an asana, when you're into a posture, you are concentrating, and then only you can be into a posture. It is not that you are thinking something else, then you will hurt yourself. All right. Balasana, which is the child pose, beautiful asana to release stress, beautiful to release any tension. I think parents should just encourage child coming out from any exam or going for any exam, coming out of school, to just come home, calm yourself, and to be in this asana for some time. Helps in getting better sleep, and it relaxes your back spine. See, when you are in this asana here, this part is relaxed. It's a beautiful asana. Ushtrasana, this is the camel pose. This asana also releases your stress, also helps in overcoming depression. Very good for asthma, those children who have this problem. Regular performing of this asana will be very good for you. It really, because your complete this abdomen is getting stretched, this part, so it helps you to relieve your constipation problems. Ankle becomes strong, and your lower back pain, it solves the problem. You will never have lower back pain. Even by chance, because of sitting in the classroom or anything, if you get a back pain, come back home, get into this asana for a day or two, problem solved. Dandasana. Now, Dandasana, what is actually its meaning is, Dand means danda, straight. So your spinal awareness. See, we are in a habit of sitting, bending down, our shoulders down. So there's a hunch and a hump at the back. We don't even walk straight. We don't even expand our lungs. We just like this. So definitely, your spine, there'll be a lot of, in the future years, you will have a lot of spinal problems. Dandasana helps to improve your posture. Sit straight. Dand means danda, like this. Danda is never like this. It's always straight. Spinal awareness, and it improves your posture. Dhanurasana, bow pose. Now, as the posture says, the complete abdomen gets massaged. Your constipation, gas problem gets solved. Your lungs expand. Again, it improves your concentration. Sleeping disorders, and your elbow and your ankle, they all become strong. You are pulling yourself from both the sides. So definitely your abdomen part is getting massaged. Bhujang. Bhujang is a cobra pose. Bhujang asana improves your appetite. The child who are not very good of eating, I think the parents should put a child into this asana for a few days or weeks, and his appetite will improve. Your oxygen circulation increases. This asana helps in nutrient absorption. For example, whatever you are eating, and if your body is not able to absorb those nutrients, practicing this asana for a few days will help you. Improves posture for sure. Very good for asthma patients. Your wrist, because here your wrist, elbow, and your shoulders, they become quite strong. Next is fish pose. That is your Matsya Asana. Matsya Asana is Ramban for thyroid patients. Because when your neck is getting stretched backwards, there are more asanas to it, but this is again a very good asana. It's Ramban for thyroid. Your blood circulation increases, solves your sleeping disorder problems, removes double chin, and it builds a lot of immunity in the child. Downward dog, Adho Mukha Asana, improves your body posture for sure, strengthens your core, your arms, because you are putting your weight down. Works best at the back of your legs. See, at the back of your leg, this is getting stretched completely, so it works very well there. It tones them completely. Now, Pavan Mukh. Pavan Mukh Asana relieves your constipation and gas problem. Your lungs, the capacity increases. It's again Ramban for diabetes, because your abdomen is completely getting massaged, pressed. So it is Ramban for diabetes. Your knee, hip joints, they become very strong and flexible. So these were a few asanas which I had mentioned, which are very good and which are safe. Practicing every day these asanas will definitely bring wonders, will do wonders in a child's body. Then of course, Shavasana. After each asana, you should get into Shavasana. Shavasana with your palms facing upwards, your head relaxed, your complete body loose. You rest, but don't sleep. We don't sleep, but yes, we rest. Completely loosen your body and be in a totally relaxed state, right from your head to your toes. Every organ, every body part is relaxed. Now, yes, coming to this, yoga, a holistic solution. After this presentation, after telling you about what is yoga, why yoga for children, what are the benefits, what are the guiding principles, what are the misconceptions, and of course, giving you some description about the asanas, we can say it's a holistic solution for the kids. It's a holistic approach, no doubt. It develops our mental and spiritual growth, bringing balance in life, concentrating on everything and doing the work, becoming aware, thinking before any action. All this is yoga. When your mind is in sync with your soul, with your, and there is no disturbance, there is no fluctuations, there's a complete balance, then that is yoga. And yoga helps you to come to this state, for sure. So in the end, my best wishes for the children who are our future, they should make efforts, and with the right knowledge, they should move towards progress. So this was a small description about yoga for children. Thank you so much. Now, is there any questions?
It was a great session because it includes the science behind it, the philosophy behind it, and what are the asanas and the benefits and the ways children should follow while doing the yoga. So in current generation, there are so many ways to do yoga. So what do you feel a children or a child should follow as their routine with yoga, or only yoga will help?
No. like in today's world, there is a combination. It is not only anything. No, there's a combination. Even when, see, for example, when we are having food, we are not having only proteins. We are not having only carbs. We are not having only fats. We are mixing our food, and then as a result, the combined food helps us, helps our body to function. In the same way, a child along with yoga, because yoga helps the child to improve the breathing pattern. For example, if the child is into he or she is a marathon runner or a very good swimmer, the first thing what comes is your breathing pattern. So you don't get breathless after about a kilometer or two. It is through this yoga that definitely, because we are very much aware of our abdominal breathing, our sectional breathing, our chest breathing, our collarbone breathing, everything. So yoga is completely game of breathing. With this breathing, once you get control of your breathing, definitely your other activities will help you. So I will not suggest that get into only yoga. Start with yoga and then come up, and then because all children don't like doing yoga. It's very difficult today's generation to influence them, to tell them that you should get into this only. They will not. Yes, through this medium, they can pursue their whatever activities. For example, even a dancer. Overnight, a dancer cannot become flexible. Let me tell you. The dancer has to follow few of the asanas, has to practice the body, and then comes into dancing. So I'm sure even a dancer is doing both yoga and their dancing field. Same goes with your playing, with your running, with your swimming. So I would say that in like today's world, there is a combination. Be wise, be mindful to choose your combinations. That's it.
What would be your, ma'am, concluding message to all the children who are going to watch and all the adults or the parents who are going to watch this session?
All right. Firstly, I would, my advice to the parents is, there is every age. So don't force your child that no, just because you have seen there are ample of benefits of yoga, so force your child to do it. Influence your child, convince your child, and of course, the child take his or her views also, and then you take a step. For the children, it is, see, we all want to do well in life, for sure. Even the children, because of so much of stress and pressure, they undergo so much of stress and pressure. So because why? Because we all want to prove ourselves. We all want to do very good. Every parent wants that their child should be first. Every child also wants that we all should do very well in life. So my advice to both children and to parents are, parents, please don't force anything on the child. Understand the child's capacity and his capabilities. For example, if I take my example, since childhood, I was not into yoga, to be very honest. I was not introduced. In our times, we were not being introduced to so many things. But like today in times, there are ample of things for the child to get introduced to. Introduce your child to everything, right from this field to running, to swimming, to dancing, to pursue their activities, their talents. Introduce your child. When your child get introduced to so many activities, then only you can take a call that in which field your child is good. You never know that tomorrow you find your child is so marvelous, flexible, that he comes into this field only. And when he starts doing good, when he starts feeling good about himself or herself, he will definitely do good. So introduce your child to every activity, not only studies. Study is one aspect. Holistic approach, holistic development comes out when you introduce your child to everything. Out of that, wait, have patience, Your child will perform well. Then choose. Then out of that, you can make a list that what your child is good in it. And then you put your child there. So that is my advice to every parent. That is my advice to every children. Children, please listen to your parents. That is very important. The problem of today's generation is they are super fast. They are generation next. They just don't want to listen to us. So children, listen to your parents. They are your best people on this earth, that they'll help you. And of course, on the other side, parents, introduce your child into every activity. There is no no. There is no no. Don't introduce this word no. There is all yes. Don't actually, we only teach our child no. Everywhere, don't do this. Don't, no. So as a result, the child understands that ek no hi hai bas. Tell the child, go. Introduce yourself, come there, show your best, and then we will decide. So both have to work well. Both have to work in a sync. It is not that, and in one direction. So this I would advise as a parent myself, and I've been, following this. So this is my little advice to the parents as well as to the children. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a very wonderful session, which includes all the aspects how to deal with children and what are the activities we should follow. Not only yoga, but you have to, as a complete package, you have to look forward, or we should say it, holistic solution. So it includes one of the part is yoga. So I really thank you, ma'am, that you came on our platform and give your time to all of us with the wonderful solution and the knowledge, which is in very simple language to understand, but it gives in a very systematic manner. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.